Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Bader. I'm here for another week of yoga. Today, we're going to do some core work. So, our core is mostly these muscles here are abdominal muscles. And when we have a strong, healthy core, it helps us do a lot of things. It helps us sit up nice and tall. It helps us walk properly. It helps us use the rest of our muscles a little more effectively. So we're going to do some yoga poses that use these abdominal core muscles and help to strengthen it. So we will start like we always start because our cat cow is also really good core work. So because we're using these abdominal muscles, we're contracting and expanding those muscles as we move into cat cow. So remember, all fours, fingers are spread wide like starfish. We're going to inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, round your back as much as you possibly can. Inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, round your back. Inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone up to the sky. One last cat, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, round back. And come back to a flat back, or what we call a neutral spine. We're going to do our tiger pose, which is also a really good abdominal work pose, core pose. So we're going to stay on all fours, and without shifting our hips too much, you're going to lift. I need to move because I've got not a lot of space here. Right leg straight back behind you. Using your abdominal muscles, hold your belly in, and then opposite arm reaches out. So I've got right leg, left arm. And if you're really using your core muscles, it's going to help you balance a little more easily. Lower, and I'm going to straighten left leg, right arm. Engage these abdominal muscles. And let's do one more on each side. Right leg, left arm. And come back to all fours. Now bring your knees wide. Big toes are touching. I need to see what time it is. Okay. Big toes are touching. You're going to sit back on your heels. Lower forehead down to the mat for a quick child's pose. And we're going to come back up. Fingers, coming back up to all fours. Fingers are spread wide like starfish. Gripping the mat with your fingertips and your knuckles. Tuck your toes. Move your knees back a little bit. Inhale up, downward facing dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, heels are making their way down to the floor, but that's okay. If you notice, mine aren't there either. So we just make our way down there as best we can. And we're going to do three-legged dogs. So lift right leg up to the sky. Now we're going to add a little bit of a challenge here. So engage those abdominal muscles, and we're going to make some leg circles. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower that foot. Let's lift the left leg. I'm probably going to kick my closet door again, so I'm going to move forward. And we're going to make circles again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and lower that foot. Then we're gonna come forward to a plank or the top of a push-up. You're gonna have strong legs, strong arms, sucking in your belly, strengthening those abdominal muscles. And then we're gonna go back up to a downward facing dog. And forward into a plank, engaging those abdominal muscles. And back to a downward facing dog. One more time to a plank. And back to downward facing dog. Let's lower knees. Let's throw in another quick child's pose. So knees wide, big toes touching. Sit back on your heels. Arms can be straight out in front of you. Arms can also go alongside your body, holding onto your heels. All right, we are going to come back up to our tabletop, our all fours. Fingers are spread wide like starfish. Gripping the mat with your tiger paw, meaning gripping with your fingertips and your knuckles. Tuck your toes. Move your knees back a little bit. Inhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to do Vashisthasana or side plank. So I'm going to do one and you're going to watch first and then we'll do it all together. So I'm going to bring my feet together, but again, you're just watching me this time. Feet are together, so the insides of my feet are touching. I'm going to roll to the outside of my left foot. My right foot is going to rest on top of my left. Right arm comes up to the sky, and I'm going to lift my hips up. If this is too much, you can bring that top foot down. Use it as a kickstand. Okay. So everybody, we're going to do that together. So downward facing dog. Bring feet together so they are touching. Roll to the outside of your left foot. Right foot is resting on top. Right arm up to the sky. If you want to add a challenge, you can lift that right leg or that top leg. Hips up, using your abdominal muscles. And bring that right hand back down. Lower your knees. Sit back on your heels. We'll take 2 breaths here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Another one. Okay. And we're going to come back up and we're going to do the other side. Fingers are spread wide like starfish. Toes are tucked. Inhale, downward facing dog. Now bring your feet together so they're touching. You're going to roll to the outside of your right leg. Right foot. Left foot rests on right. Left arm up to the sky, hips up. If you want, you can lift this leg. That requires some more core work and balance. And I lost a little bit of balance there. And bring that hand down, lower down to knees. Actually, let's tuck toes here. So toes are on the mat, heels are up. We're going to sit back down for a quick second on our heels, lengthening out the fascia on the bottoms of our feet. Take a few deep breaths here. And let's go back to a tabletop. Knees widen a little bit, knees back, toes are tucked. Inhale, up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to move from here into a high lunge. So we're going to lift right leg up to the sky. Bring right foot forward in between the hands. And You're gonna stay on the ball of that back foot, heel up. Maybe you need to move your foot back a little bit, but we're gonna keep that heel up in the air. And inhale, rise up, arms up to the sky. This back leg is straight, front knee is bent, shoulders down, away from ears. If you want, you can add a back bend, a little bit of a back bend, or not. And we're gonna lower hands on either side of that front foot. Bring right foot back, lift left leg, bring left foot forward in between the hands, up on the ball of your right foot, heel up. Inhale, bring your torso up, arms up to the sky. Back leg is straight and strong, shoulders down, arms on either side of your ears. Try and bring your belly muscles in or engage those abdominals. And lower both hands on either side of your front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Now walk your feet up to meet your hands. Bring your hands to your hips. Push into your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see this. I'm going to show you the pose first, and then we're going to do it together. This is called Utkatasana, or chair pose. We have done this together, but I'm just going to demonstrate again. So you want to have the feet are touching, so the inside edges of your feet are touching. You can inhale, arms up to the sky. So arms are on either side of your ears. Try and bring your shoulders down a little bit. And then you're going to pretend that there is a chair behind you, and you're just going to go ahead and sit down in that chair. Use these abdominal muscles. Lift your toes up off the mat so that that takes the weight towards your heels, which is where we want it in this pose. See if you can sit even lower. And rise back up like you're coming out of water. Arms out and down. We'll take a deep breath here. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Do that again. Out through your mouth. Okay, let's do another chair. So arms are gonna go up and we're gonna sit down at the same time. So we're gonna put those two moves together from the last time. So as you inhale, arms up to the sky, you're also gonna sit back down like in that imaginary chair. Lift your toes up so the weight goes back towards your heels. See if you can sit even lower. And back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's shake everything out. Okay. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to do eagle pose, okay? So we're going to try it with both arms and legs. If you find that that's a little too much, you do either the arms or the legs, preferably just the legs. But let's give it a try, see if we can do both. So we are going to stand, feet are a little bit apart, evenly. Both toes are pointed straight ahead, feet are parallel. You're going to sit down, almost like we did in chair pose, just a little bit. You're going to lift. I'm lifting my left leg, and I'm going to bring it up high over my right thigh. And then before we do this, why don't you watch me do this, okay? So I'm lifting this knee, bringing it over, and watch my foot. My foot comes around and it hooks outside on the inside of my right calf. If you can't quite do that, you can bring it just to the back of your calf or where it is right now, if you could see that. So whatever works. All right, I'm gonna shake that out a little bit. And let's all do it together. Okay, so I'm gonna lift, let's lift left leg up, wrap it around, high on your right thigh, bring that foot around, hook it outside of that calf, whoa. And then arms out in a T. You're gonna bring your left arm, hang on, your left arm underneath the right, cross them, bring your palms together. And see if you can sit back down a little bit. And this is a lot of balance work. Inhale, unwind, drop that, shake it out. Okay, let's switch. I'm going to lift my right leg up, I'm gonna cross it over my left, bring my right foot back around my left calf, and I'm gonna bring my arms to a T. I'm gonna bring my right arm underneath my left, bring my palms together, sit back down a little bit. Use my abdominal muscles to keep me balanced. And unwind. Let's do a quick shakeout. Some of you will remember doing this. We're gonna count backwards from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. And then shake everything out. All right. Now I'm going to come to the back of my mat. I'm going to inhale, arms up to the sky. And I'm going to fold forward. Fingertips on the mat, knees bent or straight. And I'm going to sit down. Bring my legs out in front of me. So we're going to go into Navasana or boat pose. So you're just sitting up nice and tall. Feet are on the mat, knees bent. Holding on to the backs of your thighs. To see if I have enough room back there, and I might not. Make sure, and that's a good reminder for everybody to make sure you've got enough space because we're eventually gonna lay all the way back. So make sure you're not gonna bump into a wall or furniture or anything back there. Sit up nice and tall, lean back a little bit, lift your feet, reach out towards your feet. Some of you I know can straighten your legs all the way up while still keeping a nice flat back. I'm not one of those. I'm going to keep my knees bent. And wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a big hug. Roll backwards and forwards, maybe twice. And we're going to do it again. So holding on to the backs of your thighs. Lift your feet up, keeping your back nice and straight and tall. Reach. Let go of your thighs and reach towards your feet. Using those abdominal muscles. And give your knees a big hug. Roll backwards, forwards. One more time. And let's do one more boat pose, okay? So sitting up nice and tall, holding onto the backs of your thighs. Lift your feet, shoulders down and back. Reach for those feet. Using your abdominal muscles to hold those legs up. And wrap your arms around your knees. Curl yourself up in a little ball. And now we're going to lay back down on our backs. Knees are still bent, feet are still on the mat. You're gonna lift left knee or lift left foot off the floor. You're gonna put left ankle on right knee. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm gonna lift my arms. I'm gonna reach through and I'm gonna hold on to the back of my right thigh. I'm gonna draw that thigh in towards my body. I'm gonna feel some stretch in my left hip. I'm gonna lower, and we're gonna do the other side. I'm gonna lift my right foot. Open that knee out to the side. Right ankle onto left knee. Reach in, hold on to clasp my hands around my left thigh while I bring that left thigh in towards my body. And lower that. Let's straighten legs all the way out. We'll get ready for Shavasana. Arms are long by your sides. But before we go into Shavasana, let's tense every single muscle. So make fists with your hands. Flex the muscles in your legs. Flex all the muscles in your arms. Scrunch up your face. Hold it, hold it all, hold it all, hold it all. All your muscles are working. Hold, 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 hold. And let it all go. Relax your whole body. Eyes are closed. Body is relaxing. Everything is getting heavy. You're clearing out some of those thoughts that are floating around in your head. If you've got thoughts swirling around that are not about what you are doing right this moment, then you want to work on letting those float away. Focus on this moment. Focus on how your body feels on the floor. Maybe you hear some sounds in the room besides my voice. Maybe you're feeling warm. Maybe you're feeling cool. Make sure that you're not holding any tension anywhere in your body. Make sure your shoulders are not hunched way up towards your ears. Make sure that you're not scrunching up that spot between your eyebrows. Make sure your jaw, your jaw is relaxed. So make sure teeth aren't touching. So open your jaw a little bit so your teeth aren't touching. Now we'll start to come back gently and slowly by wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, give yourself a big hug. Lift your right arm up overhead, rest it on the floor above your head, and roll gently over to your right side. Use that right arm as a pillow for your head. While you're on your side, take a breath there. Inhale deeply and exhale. And then use that top arm, your left arm, to push yourself up so you're seated. You're sitting in a Sukhasana position or crisscross applesauce. I assume you've opened your eyes, but if you haven't, go ahead and open them now. We'll close out. So inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands to your forehead to remember to think kind thoughts. Hands to your mouth to remember kind words. Hands to your heart to remember kind actions. And namaste. All right, thanks, boys and girls. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or if there's something you'd like to see. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye.